What's up, guys? Sean here, coming at y'all with something a little different today. Gonna be doing a new daily show, just a little bit of a rundown over the NBA, MLB, bit of hockey, football, just a little bit of everything. Whatever's in the news, whatever's trending. I just want to make sure I'm keeping the YouTube channel running, pumping out content every day. And sometimes, rather than doing a bunch of small things, we'll just group it all together. If you guys like it, it'll stick around. We'll probably do 10, 20 episodes of it, see how it does. If you guys respond well, we'll keep it going a little bit further than that, and we'll see how it goes. But first, if you're new here, obviously I appreciate the support. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, give me a comment down below. Let me know what's going on, what you guys want to hear about, and maybe it'll get covered in the next episode. So first off here, we're going to go over a little bit of Knicks Spurs news. We're going to cover some of the stuff that happened last night. Obviously, the Knicks come back and just absolutely stun the Spurs. Looked like they kind of bullied Wemby, pushed him back into a corner, didn't really allow him to get comfortable. A lot of people were wondering how the Knicks were going to fare. They came out swinging from the very beginning. Now, with that being said, in the end of the second quarter, the Spurs had kind of taken a decent lead. I think it was 10, 12, maybe up to 14 at one point. Really had the Knicks on their heels, and then the Knicks come out in the third quarter, and it looked like they could not buy a bucket. You had a little bit of a run from Cat at one point. You had a little bit of an Anunoby run. Nobody was really running away with it. Two early injuries to Brunson. He was in and out in the first half. And then in the third and fourth quarter, he just absolutely took over. I mean, the definition of clutch. He was all over the court, offense, defense, forcing rebounds, and then ending up kicking out and hitting the three from the corner. It was just an unbelievable night. On the other side of things, Dylan Harper had a fantastic night, but for some reason played maybe 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, De'Aaron Fox couldn't buy a bucket. Makes you wonder what's going on with the coaching, if there's some favoritism, if there were promises made or something. But either way, Dylan Harper being on the court for the fourth quarter could have completely changed everything. All right, guys, most of us watched the game. Most of us have seen breakdowns at this point, so I'm not going to cover too much of what you guys already know. It was an amazing game. It was a lot of fun. We did the live stream all night. If you missed it, it's still up on the page. Catch us on the next one, Friday night. Going to be at it again. Going to keep changing the format, so we're going to find out what works. But we found a couple things on Twitter, thought were funny, that kind of add on to the game, add on to my thoughts. First here, the guy who ran on the court. It was kind of a what the hell moment because the Knicks got a steal and this guy ended up on the court. So it kind of shifted momentum. It was a little weird. You know, the Spurs were kind of on their heels. Knicks were starting to make some plays, and then suddenly there's a guy on the court. Wemby's smirking, and Mitchell Robinson's face here just absolutely killed me. Looked like he had no idea what was going on, but it made me laugh in the end. Didn't really matter in the end. There you go. It was pretty funny. Thought that would be a fun little addition. Kind of more on an emotional front. A lot of people know Cat lost his mom a couple years ago. Meant a lot to him. Was there a lot for him through his career. Him coming out last night, I don't know what it was, but I just felt a calm and a peace that I don't know. Had to be coming from the woman above. I really felt confident. I felt like a kid. It was just fun out there. This is something as a kid you always dream about, to be in the NBA Finals. Cat had an amazing performance last night. Defensively, especially, he was stonewalling Wemby at every turn. There were a lot of questions about who was going to cover Wemby and how. Cat came out and just kind of did it on his own. Mitchell Robinson came out and had some good plays too, but all in all, this was a crazy game for Cat. This was probably what you need to see every game, or at least 4 or 5 games, for the Knicks to have a real shot at this, because Brunson put up 30, but he can't do it alone. A performance like this goes a long way, also messes with Wemby's confidence, so it'll be exciting to see if he can keep this up. It's good for Cat, good for New York. This really hit me hard. All right, moving on to some 76ers stuff real quick. Obviously, they hired the new GM. A lot of people saw this a couple days ago, maybe a week ago at this point. My thoughts on it are pretty bleak. I don't really love the hire. I don't think there was going to be a hire that I was going to love. Us keeping the same coach but firing the GM, Elton Brand still having a job, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. It feels like nothing's really going to change. Just, we're not going to have to pay attention to Daryl Morey tweets anymore. So this is the guy who succeeds Daryl Morey being the coach or the GM who went and got Harden when he was younger. And then this is the guy that's responsible for getting James Harden again when he's older. So I don't feel like anything's going to change. Maybe we get lucky and him being here, suddenly the picks start hitting and contracts get easier to deal with. I don't know, but I don't really have high hopes for this guy. Best of luck to him because I love the Sixers and I want to see them win, but, you know, there's not a lot to say here. Something you'll see me cover here and there on the channel. Obviously, not a huge baseball guy myself. The Phillies got me in a couple years ago, obviously, when they went to World Series. Past couple years have been up and down, and then mostly down last year, end of last year, and then into this year. They were 9-19 and lost 10 games in a row. Now they're in a wild card spot. They're 33-29. Incredible, says Philly Sports Sufferer. Again, I'm not going to watch every baseball game. I don't have that kind of time, especially with everything else I'm covering and doing on the channel. It's just unrealistic. I have been finding myself watching more highlights, watching more clips from the game, both good and bad. I don't really have much to say on the team. It seems like firing Rob Thompson definitely sparked something. Cristopher Sanchez is on an unbelievable run. Outside of that, you know, I'm just sitting and watching. I know we got some big contracts that I'd like to see us get out from underneath, be able to spread ourselves out, kind of get more flexible with the roster and the rotations. Obviously, Zach Wheeler kind of coming back from injury. I don't really think he's been in the rotation yet. So a lot of baseball left to play. They still could go up or down. Expectations are kind of low right now. We'll see what they do around the trade deadline. If they make some moves, drop some guys, pick up some guys. I'd like to see them do something different with this team. They've kind of been in a rut where they just do the same things over and over and over. You know, it's getting stagnant. You've seen some guys leave last year, the year before. I think it's time to really freshen up this team. Maybe not so much with prospects because Phillies have never been good with prospects, but let's see if we can bring some guys in. We know the Dodgers are probably winning the World Series, but let's at least give them some hell on the way there. Obviously, as we were just talking about with Chris Sanchez, he receives a standing ovation after he allowed his first run for the first time in 50.2 innings. This is obviously insane. I think I saw earlier right above here that it was 5th all time. We'll get to that one in a second, but this is just an insane stat. If there was something that was going to make me watch baseball, it would be this. I mean, just an unbelievable run. I'm probably going to go back and watch all 50 innings and then maybe do something on that just because it's so deserving. This is history. I want to make sure that I give it its due respect, but I want to understand the situation and see everything as it happened just so I can give it the respect it deserves. But if you guys are interested in that, you want to see that, make sure you comment down below and let me know. So yeah, here we go. Longest scoring inning streak since 1893 when the current mound distance was set. 5th all time, and it's by 0.8 to get into the 4th spot. 59 innings being the longest that anyone's ever went. I mean, he was in 2-game range, maybe 3, of being all-time greatest. This is just unbelievable. We have been really lucky with certain pitchers over the years. I feel like we always have a guy or two that can get the job done, at least from what I know and what I've seen, but nothing ever on this level. I mean, even Zach Wheeler, you know, a year or two ago with his insane season that he had, you never seen anything like this. This is unbelievable. The versatility of a pitcher, just the confidence. I mean, to do something like this is just unbelievable. And then Spotrac here says Cristopher Sanchez signed a 6-year, $104 million extension with the Phillies this past March that locked him up through the 2032 season. At $17.3 million a year, Sanchez is the 40th highest paid average starting pitcher in baseball. That's a Howie Roseman-ass move right there. All right, that is signing Devontae Smith when he still has 2 years left. This is getting a guy and paying him maximum money early on, and then by the time you're noticing his money, it becomes a hell of a value. So this is just great to see. I don't know about the GM situation in Philly. Obviously, it's not that great because we are where we are, but this is a hell of a deal. Whoever's responsible for this deserves a raise. So with all that being said, shout out to the Phillies. Glad to see them making some noise. Hope they make some more. And if you guys want to see me cover more of that, just let me know. All right, guys, so that's going to be the end of this one. Like I said, we're going to start calling this the Daily Static. If you like the idea, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. Whatever works, I'm going to keep rolling with. Whatever's popular, I'm going to keep rolling with. And then we're going to do a little bit of everything until something sticks. Obviously, again, when the Eagles season rolls around, that's going to be our #1 priority because it's birds all day around here if you can't tell. Everything else is kind of a secondary. 76ers is going to get some love this year. Maybe not every single game, but our big games, our important games, ones that I can do easily, we're going to get out here and we're going to live stream them. Football games every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever it is, we're going to be out here streaming those as well. And we're looking forward to an amazing season, guys. Again, we're working to grow this channel, do big things with it over the next year. I can't do that without you guys. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll catch you in the next one.